Let's go.
Let's fucking go. This is My Brother's an Idiot, guys. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's two idiot brothers on the screen and not a whole lot of other shit going on. We have been abandoned, my friend. I'm Mark.
I'm getting TikTok messages from MJ, so I'm not sure what's happening there.
As we speak?
Yeah, I just got one just now. And now Tank says he can't get in. So
I'm not sure exactly how to help him with that. He's got all the login info. Oh, there he is. Okay. Well, on the fly, here he is.
Got it fixed. I couldn't get it in for some damn reason. Sorry about that.
I'm
Tank.
Better late than fucking never, I guess. Right? We're only starting the show a day late, an hour late, so it might as well be fucking 10 minutes late.
Right. Who cares?
My Brother's an Idiot. We're going to do some fucking picks against the spread, guys. I have not watched any of this Thursday night game. What is the score currently? I'm assuming Frank knows.
Actually, I haven't been following, to be honest.
Okay.
It's
12-6.
Okay.
12-6, and the Rams won.
The Rams won. Okay. Well, so everybody got that one right.
Holy shit.
You guys
got it
all
right.
picked the Rams. Yeah, that's a fucking shock because...
Go figure. The fucking internet's undefeated. Jesus fucking Christ.
Before we get into the Pew Pew, I don't know if you guys... Hello. Let's talk about My Brother's an Idiot for a minute. What we're going to do today. We're going to talk about some games against the spread for this coming weekend. Lots of playoff implications, lots of things online. We don't give a fuck about that. What we care about is who wins the game, who loses the game, the Vegas odds, and anything else that we have interesting. Our producer, Dipshit, could not join us today. However, she sent me a good list of information to go off of.
Is she truly the producer anymore? Because she really just shows up when she wants and then doesn't edit, produce, or
she doesn't do a fucking thing, honestly.
Right.
She is insightful and hilarious when she jumps on, but other than that, but you're right. The name producer might be a bit of a fallacy, but that's what she's been in our hearts forever. So she will continue to be that for us.
Fair enough.
Until we get annoyed with her the next time, and then all bets are off again. Anyways, we're gonna pick all of the games this weekend against the Vegas spread. There is a full spread of games. The bye weeks are over, ladies and gentlemen. We are off of the byes, and we know that because we just had a wonderful weekend off with nothing to worry about football wise, which was a blessing and a curse because we didn't have to sweat out a Broncos game this weekend. We do have to sweat one out this weekend, and we'll get into that a little bit later. That's what we call a tease.
Hey, can I mention one thing about the bye weeks in fantasy, and specifically about fantasy? Hey, Tank, you realize that your bye week this week cost you your fantasy slot?
I got eliminated on my bye week. That was fucking awesome.
So good.
I saw that. I logged in and looked. I was like, how did I lose a spot on a bye week?
Yeah. You know what? Beat Sean.
Yep.
And you don't have to worry about it. You lost to the work. You gave him his only win this year in fantasy,
Seriously?
and you lost the. Yes. Oh yeah, yep. Mm-hmm. You
the
lost
team that is getting relegated off of fantasy football. Okay, your win.
Okay,
so
I
go yourself.
I defend myself a little bit in the fact that he somehow that week scored more points than he had any other point in the season.
You scored like 72 points, bro. Don't defend anything.
No, he scored. That's what I'm saying. He scored over 100 that game. Only time he did it the entire season.
Yeah, and you scored 72.
And
so
1-11.
That was brutal, dude.
You deserve to miss the playoffs.
Yeah. And
I disagree.
And you can actually thank him also for that bye week specifically, because if it weren't for his team, there would be no bye weeks, because that's the way we play this league for fucking ever. And we'll get back to it because
get fucked.
Pro commissioners here, and we've already talked about it. That dude's gone. So more to come on that later because nobody cares about your fantasy team. But let's talk about the scores from the last week, shall we?
Yes, let's.
So, Matt.
Yes.
You got 9 correct. Well done there.
Hooray.
For the first time in several weeks, one of the two panelist regularly on the broadcast has picked the most games correctly and not one of our guest pickers. So congratulations for that. It's been, Mac, it's been Bobby a lot. It's been Dipshit a couple times. I think it was Milty even once, but back on top, there's Matt with 9. Frank, you as well beat our other panelists last week. You had 8 correct. Our 2 panelists had 7. I will get the Duchess's picks and we will post them somewhere. She and I were doing kind of a cookie off. She's making a bunch of meringues and stuff. So just getting ready for the holiday season. We got a big cookie celebration at our work this weekend. And she volunteered to put herself in charge of it, which is awesome because I get to taste the benefits.
I made 8 dozen cookies yesterday.
That
I sold mine though today. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I've tried chai meringue, I've tried an apple spice meringue, and I have tried our regular surprise meringues, and they are all delicious. And I can't wait to get those in front of the judges on Saturday at the store. So, anyways. So let's talk about the slate of games this week for Pew Pew Pick 'em, shall we? But before we get into that, do you guys have anything interesting to say about last week or anything at all? What you guys are doing, where you're at? Matt, I'll start with you because you are somewhere interesting.
I am somewhere interesting. I'm in Nashville, as I am wont to do about every month or so for work, and have had 2 straight nights of holiday parties. I'm enjoying a great glass of cab, which I think I've got some more left in the thing over there, and we're having a great time. Yeah.
The wine comes out of a bottle.
It's a thing. No, actually, it's a box.
That's awesome, man.
The technology of wines and boxes is so far beyond where it was when I was a kid. Like, we had the Frangia in the giant box with the Chablis that our parents used to drink, and now the stuff that comes out of a box now is just so good.
Yeah, they still make it in a box. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
I've got a lady that comes and visits me every day that takes that 3-liter bag,
3-liter thing. Yeah.
God. And she takes it out of the box, gives me the box to throw away, and sticks it in her purse for the rest of the day.
Takes the bag. And
no pride, no shame. She just fucking is like, I'll just rip this open right in front of you. You can take the box. I'm like, great. Jams it in her purse and she's out, man.
Tell me you have a problem without telling me you have a problem.
Brother, you would never know that she had a drop to drink in her life by looking at her. She took
I'll bet.
great care of herself.
I'll bet.
People, you have a clue.
Yeah. Good God.
It's like bag milk in Canada.
Bag milk in Canada, eh? Yeah. Get after it, toaster. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I've had some great food this week. Synced up with some great people that I don't get to see face to face, except if I'm on a screen. So it's really good to connect and see some folks. We did a lot of cocktail ideation, a lot of drink stuff this week. So it's always good to be here in Nashville.
Frank, what are you up to this week?
We had the same pipe 18 inches further close to the house burst last weekend.
Oh, in the front yard?
Yep.
Oh, that same one, huh?
Same exact one, 18 inches deeper into the pipe. That's it.
That's a solid call out, Toaster.
That is a great call out. That's some bitch is on the menu right now. So outstanding.
I can't. I have words. I don't have any right now. Well, that's cool. I'm sorry that you had to put up with that, Frank. It sounds like a mess over in extreme Southern Command there.
Well, during that snow day, it actually got fixed somehow. So there we go.
Well, I'll tell you what.
It got fixed, or it somehow got fixed. Like
the same plumber came and fixed it.
Okay,
but I was surprised that it happened because it was snowing and it was freezing, and they actually just came and did it anyway.
Got it.
So
that's what they fixed.
We touched ground on Tuesday night, and it was cold here. We missed all of that when we left Sunday morning. Yeah, it was a little bit chilly, but we went to Houston and had a couple of really fun days there. Got to see the new Meow Wolf setup down there. one of my favorite of all of their exhibits, honestly. And I'm a little bit sad that it's so far away, but they did a really nice job tying all of the stories together a little bit. They kind of left out Denver a little bit, but they also kind of tied it in a little bit. I think there's a reboot of the Denver storyline in the works. But it was a very cool exhibit, and St. Arnold Brewery is right behind there. Great spot to check into. The food was awesome. I guess that beer garden, they have all kinds of weddings and stuff at. It was impressive. And then saw the cidercade, which is that's my cue to turn off the oven.
It's like, what the fuck is happening? Right?
But anyways, it was a good time. The Bishop Ciders has a string of arcades that they run down there, and they do it in the form of a all you can play for $12, which is pretty cool. So if you're down in the Texas area, I think they're in Austin and Houston and that kind of place. But check it out; it's really cool, and the ciders are delicious as well. So that's what we did. Cool. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Outstanding.
Yeah, we're there with the dipshit as well. I went and checked out the Houston version of their downtown aquarium, which the aquarium itself was a little bit smaller than the one here in Denver, but they actually have a fucking midway with like Ferris wheel and like a train and shit. So it's pretty cool.
Hey, you know what's funny about that and a bunch of aquariums? You know who owns those? Fucking
Landry's. Yeah,
Landry's. Yeah. So they have basically their own seafood farms that they can take and use their own shit.
That's pretty smart, actually.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah. But the cool part is when you're at the ride, that we did the stupid kids train ride, and I'm like, well, this is gonna be kind of lame. Well, they pull us into this, and I'm sure you saw the pictures. We didn't send them to any of the South family yet, but they pull into the Shark Tank. And then they give you this whole narration while it's going on. But you're on a train inside the Shark Tank in a tunnel. And they talk about the Landry's Foundation and all that stuff. So they've got some conservation stuff that they've built into it, which is pretty cool.
That's fun.
I was worried about that part of it just because it is Landry's. But they seem to pump a lot of money back into conservation, which as an animal lover, I appreciate. So.
Nice.
And remember the Palamo.
It's a fucking delicious drink. Like whatever.
Okay. All right. So, being as it is technically Friday or Saturday by the time this thing gets posted. I don't know, but it is Thursday. Game's over. We're going to talk about the games on Sunday, and we do these games with the spread involved. I get the spread right off of BetMGM. Go ahead and make your wagers there. Do not bet with these guys; they're terrible.
No, don't. Yeah, we took the over in the Rams and 49ers game.
Well, we didn't realize it was going to be a fucking monsoon. So
yeah.
That was real too.
That was interesting.
Apparently the wet balls were a huge challenge.
Today, yeah.
I'll tell you what, Michaela's input for this one said that they would prefer that they played flag football so that there would be some 49ers for the rest of the season because they're fucking beat
at
to
this
shit.
point, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about a game that is near and dear to both of our hearts, all of our hearts, really. And that is the Chiefs, who are going on the road to Cleveland, where our favorite non-Bo Nix related quarterback plays, and that is Jameis Winston still plays there, I believe. The Chiefs are favored on the road in this one by 4. Dipshit picked the Chiefs because she's Delulu, but she's not stupid. The over-under in this game is 43. I'm going to start this one with Matt. Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah, the Browns can score, and that's very obvious by what they were able to do against the Denver defense. But the Chiefs just win games, and until the league figures out how to actually beat them in close games, they're going to continue to win games, and I have no reason to believe that won't be the case here. So give me the Chiefs, but I will take the over in this game, and the Chiefs will cover.
All right. Frank?
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs somehow keep stumbling into fucking wins even when it looks like they shouldn't. So I'm going to stick with them. I'm actually going to take the under on this, but I'm still going to take the Chiefs.
You don't believe in the famous Jameis, huh? All right.
It's nothing against Jameis. It's the Chiefs defense.
He's going to score 30 points on his own. I mean, they can score.
Yeah, unless he throws, somehow makes the Chiefs one of the best turnover teams in the league by throwing 4 more interceptions.
Even if he throws 4 interceptions, though, he's going to throw 3 or 4 touchdowns, so the points are
Oh,
going
yeah.
to be on the board.
He's going to be a +1, whatever it is, right? So he's going to throw 4 interceptions and 6 touchdowns.
Oh, sorry. When I meant under on the points, I don't believe in the 4 points. I think it's going to be a 2 and 3 point game again.
Okay, got it.
Oh, the overall score? Yeah, over 43. Yeah.
It is nice seeing.
Yeah.
It is nice seeing a doink for a victory for somebody other than Harrison Butker and the Chiefs.
Yeah, but it wasn't Butker,
specifically for that reason. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shut up, I'm talking.
I need more wine.
Go get more wine, stupid. Okay, let's talk about what's happening in Tennessee, and that's Matt getting more wine right now. And they are also this weekend welcoming in some kiddies from Cincinnati. I'm not sure what this meant, but Dipshit's note, she typed out Gwincinnati. I didn't get the reference.
Gwincinnati.
So that was it.
Like Gwynpool? Like, is that where she's going?
I think so. I think that's the thing. Yeah.
Or like Tony Gwynn?
Like Tony, like Gwynn. Yeah, like that. Anyway, so that's enough of that. The Bengals are favored by 5 in this one. 46.5 is the over-under in this game. Frank, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know how the Bengals don't just pound the Titans into dust in this game. I mean, the Bengals are a great, terrible team. The Titans are a shitty, terrible team. So Bengals points over everything.
Matt?
Yeah, give me the home dog here in terms of covering the points, but the Bengals are going to win. Tennessee plays really well at home. Tony Pollard is a real good talent, and I think they'll have enough to keep it close, even though I do not trust and will never trust Captain Mayonnaise as a quarterback. But the Bengals will win, but give me the under here.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what kind of grass they have in Tennessee, so I am going with
Neil's here. He can tell us.
I said something. I'm queuing a Google search for our listeners. Let's go on to the next game, guys. And this one, I forgot to tell you, Dipshit also agrees with you guys. And she says the Titans are bad and this game is bad. Moving on, we're going to talk about what's happening in New Orleans. And that's the Commanders coming in. And no, not the Cobra Commanders. No. The Washington Commanders, who are coming in as a 7.5 point road favorite in this game. The over-under in this one is 43.5. Michaela says, and I bet you could imagine what she says. She says, stupid, sexy Saints sack stance sucks. And she has the Commanders in this game. Matt, what do you think?
This could very well lead into a trap game for Washington. They've got the Commanders this week and the Falcons next week. And you would think that the Falcons might not necessarily be a big game, but it is a division game. Washington's been up and down the last 3 or 4 weeks. We're starting to see the league start to figure out Jaden Daniels. But I think that the Commanders are going to win this game, but I don't believe that they cover.
Okie dokie. And Frank?
I think the Saints are playing with piles of dust at this point for their offensive line and receiving core. So, yeah, Commanders. I don't trust the 7.5 either. But Commanders win.
It's a big number.
It's a big number for an untested quarterback, right?
Yeah, that's a big number.
You guys want to talk about another big number? And someone whose days are numbered. Let's talk about what's happening in New Jersey this weekend as the New Jersey Franks welcome in the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens in this game, guys, are road favorites by 16 points. The Giants in this game are hapless, helpless, dickless. The over-under in this game is also 43 points. So Vegas just thinks that the Ravens are going to score 40 points, I think, and the Giants may score 3. Frank, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, I think this is one of those times you go with the numbers look smart. The Ravens should just beat this team to death. The Giants have nothing right now to look forward to until, I don't know, 5 years from now, I'm guessing. Baltimore can still put up tons of points, and their defense is more than good enough to hold this piece of shit team down. So, yeah, take that. Take the points. Take the over, probably.
Matt.
Yeah, I don't know if Frank's 5-year timeline is realistic because
I
they're
don't
probably
think
going
so
to end up with they're going to end up with either Shador or Cam Ward, depending on how it all lines out. They're going to end up with a much better quarterback than anything they've got on the roster right now. However, the Baltimore Ravens are very good. They're trending up, and they will definitely cover this game and take the under.
Matrix Helix Turf. Oh, okay. He did respond. All right. There we
Oh,
go.
he did. Yes.
I don't even know
Yeah.
what the fuck that means. That sounds like a
Right.
that sounds like a term you use on a spreadsheet. Michaela also picked the Ravens, and she says caw. You know, that's a theme. Just remember that birds caw. That's a thing. Let's talk about a game we don't want to talk about for very long, and that's the Panthers, who are, for the first time in nobody knows however long, they are actually favored in a game, guys. It's been like 4 or 5 years since the Panthers have been favored in a game, and they are favored this weekend by 3 points against the Dallas Cowboys, who come into town to Carolina. Over under in this one is a theme, 43 points in this one. Michaela would like to see more Cowboy pain, so she has picked with the home team on this one. Matt, what say ye?
Yeah, the Panthers have been playing better ever since they brought Bryant off the bench, and I definitely see them winning this game. The Cowboys are in a death spiral. I still don't understand the national media spin on keeping Mike McCarthy in his position, because there's a lot of the national media that's pushing this narrative that he's doing a great job when he hasn't done a great job since he fucking got there. So whatever, Adam Schefter, you can do whatever you want with that. But I think I believe in the Panthers in this game. At home, they're playing well. Adam Thielen is healthy and doing his thing. And Bryant Young is starting to look like the first pick of the draft. Finally, let's go Panthers.
His name is Bryce Young.
Oh, Bryce. Who's Bryant Young? Oh, he was a tackle for the Niners. He was a defensive tackle. Yeah, Bryce Young.
Yeah. Frank, what say ye?
I mean, yeah, I think I agree on everything. I only think that the people are saying that. I still think it's a conspiracy for the sports media to try and keep the Cowboys losing, is by pushing McCarthy's value up, and they're hoping they just bite. Yeah, Carolina should win this game. Bryce Young's looked good. That offense has looked decent, minus the fumble by Hubbard a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I don't see any reason they don't win and cover the 3.
Guys, we need to put the Pew Pew in Pick 'em for this next one. This is the Jets and Jaguars in Jacksonville. The Jets are on the road, favored by 3.5. The over-under in this game is 40.5. Save me from this one, Frank, quickly.
Jets, because the Jaguars are just that awful.
Matt?
You flip a coin, Jets. Who gives a fuck?
Michaela picked the Jaguars and said that pains her. Let's move on. The Dolphins, who are resurgent, are going on the road to Houston, where we just were. The Texans are favored by 3 at home. The over-under in this game is 47 points. I love this commentary from our former producer. We still call her the producer dipshit. She said she picked the Dolphins because she can throw a dolphin further than she can throw a cow. Matt, what do you think?
It's a fun game, right? And it's got all kinds of playoff implications all the way across multiple divisions and in the wild card. But I do like the Dolphins here because I think they're playing better than the Texans are. CJ Stroud's definitely in a sophomore slump. They're getting a little bit more healthy in terms of what their offensive talent looks like, even though they still don't have what's his name that they picked up from the Bills. But Mixon's great. They've got Mixon. They've got Tank Dell. They've got Nico Collins. But I really think that what the Dolphins have going on in terms of being able to have Tua move the ball the way he's moving it and throwing the ball the way he's throwing it, and really fits into that offense. Give me the Dolphins, and they will cover. Give me the over.
Okie dokie, Frank.
I honestly thought we were going to have a dispute on this one. I'm going with you on this. The Dolphins look like the better team right now. Houston looks like they're just struggling to get through the season at this point. Dolphins look good. It's a indoor game, right? So, yeah, It should travel fine.
All right, that is the end of the 11 o'clock games. We interrupt this broadcast for a. If you guys could stop agreeing, that would be awesome. Let's carry into the 2 o'clock games now. Michaela has this as the best game and not even close of the week. Guys, this is the Bills and Lions in Detroit. The Lions are favored by 2.5. The over-under in this game, 54.5, guys. This might be the biggest spread going into the weekend of the year, if I remember right. I think it is. Anyways, Michaela has picked the Lions because that's what she does. Frank, what do you think about this one?
God, this is one of the few times I'm going to go against Detroit, I think, this year. I think they're too beat up on defense to handle the Bills. And I think that's all it is. It's going to be an offensive shootout. And I think the Bills, firing off of what happened last week and having the Detroit being a little bit weak on defense, I think they win it.
And is it over, under?
Oh, yeah, I take the spread. I take the spread and I take the points.
So you want the over?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Matt?
Detroit reached out to Frank and asked him if he could play inside linebacker for them this week because they absolutely have nobody. They're playing practice squad players across their entire defense. We're still weeks away from Aiden Hutchinson coming back. I don't know if they can slow down the Bills enough. This will, again, be a shootout because I do love what Detroit's doing on offense, and they'll pull out all the stops and just try to outscore the Bills. I just don't know if they have enough horses to stop the Bills from scoring. So give me the over, give me the Bills, and give me the points.
I'm with you guys on the over. Hammer that over on that one. Did you guys see
over?
Did you guys see this week in Detroit that they had a Dan Campbell lookalike contest?
I did not see that.
And Detroit did not disappoint. And they all had to do pantomime in front of a podium. It was fucking awesome.
Were they all doing this?
So good. There was a lot of this and this and this and this and this. It was great with a clipboard in this hand, and it was awesome. Yeah. Let's carry on to the next game. This game, if you guys follow the show, I don't have to tell you the way the dipshit picked in this one because she does not like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sorry, Neil's wife. That is her least favorite team is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and also a bird. So caca. Anyways, this is the Eagles in Philadelphia welcoming in the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have to travel a very long way to get there. The Eagles are favored at home by 5. The over-under in this game, guys, it's 43. I believe it is Matt's turn to go first. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah, Eagles are still elite, and until they show us that they're not, I will stick with the Eagles. I think that they've got enough talent on offense. Saquon is running his ass off and really shows you what happens when you have a high-grade running back with a high-grade quarterback and doing that bell cow kind of offense thing they've got going on. This is going to be the Eagles, and I think it's going to be fairly easy. Give me the Eagles. Give me the points. But I will take the under because I think they're going to control the ball.
Sounds good, Frank.
I don't think it's going to be super easy, but I am going with the Eagles also. I think these two teams this should be a good matchup defensively for both teams, and we'll see where both of them really are at this late stage in the season. I'm going to take the Eagles by 3, and I'll probably take the under.
Man, I mean, all that traveling is going to have some effect on that Pittsburgh team, right? I mean, they have to go real far to get there.
They have to go, super far.
I'd also like to call out that I got this very wrong at the beginning of the year, and Sirianni is safe for now.
Very.
I'm happy to say that we got that wrong. I never want to see anybody get fired, but at the end of last year, it looked bad. And at the start of this year, it didn't look great either. But, man, they look fine. They're going to be just fine.
Yeah, Saquon's making him look like a genius right now.
Let's talk about another game that is on the books, and that is the Patriots are going on the road. This actually is kind of a distance. They are going down to the desert to Arizona, where the Cardinals play. And those Cardinals have a real short quarterback. And the Cardinals are favored by 6 points in this game as well. Over-under in this game is 46. Frank, I believe it is your turn to go first in this one.
This Cardinals team needs weapons, I think, more than anything. And they need a defensive support of some kind. But I'm still going to take him because the Patriots are so incomplete right now. and they're playing at home. So yeah, I'll take the Cardinals. I'm gonna probably take the points, but that under is questionable. So I'm gonna go with the under on the overall.
Matt.
I am going to tell you that Frank is an idiot because the Arizona Cardinals do have weapons. Connor is a fantastic running back. The problem is they need consistent weapons, and Marvin Harrison Jr. has not been consistent this year. He's absolutely as talented as anyone is in the league, and this is one of those weeks where I think he shows up. Cardinals are going to win home. They're going to win easy because there's nothing around Drake May that really intimidates me whatsoever. Give me the Cards, give me the points, but I will take the under.
Okay, so I agree with you. They have technically.
You don't get to argue. You don't get to argue. Shut up.
Yes, I do, because you're wrong. A weapon's not a good weapon if it only fires once out of 6 shots. Okay, that's a bad weapon.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
No, you're wrong, dude. It's all right.
I don't know why you guys are arguing so much. You've agreed on every single fucking game. Anyways, let's carry on. This one is the Buccaneers and Chargers. It is a home game for the Buccaneers in Los Angeles. The Chargers are favored by 3 on the road in Los Angeles. The over-under in Los Angeles, where the Chargers are on the road taking on the Buccaneers, is 45.5 points. There are no fans of the Los Angeles Chargers in LA. This is my point. Fuck, I forgot who. Frank, just go first in this one. This game sucks.
I was gonna say it's King Goon, but
yeah, you go first though. Go.
God, the Chargers seem like the better team. I wish the Chargers would win this one, but I think that they're not. I think it's gonna be the Chargers. Yeah, I think the Chargers win and they cover. Okay. Yeah,
I was confused by that.
I wasn't sure which way I wanted to go. Like I want the Chargers to lose, but I think they're a better team than Tampa.
Matt, do the thing.
Baker Mayfield is trash. Chargers win.
I actually wanted him to finish that one, so I flipped it on purpose because I wanted to end with that. Gotcha. Because Michaela's notes are Baker Mayfield is trash. Bucks win. That's her notes. She took the other team, but it was the exact. Fantastic. We all knew that you were going to say that, so we're all leading into it, which is why I wanted to end with that because you and Michaela had the same thing. Mm-hmm. Anyways, let's carry on to Sunday Night Football, shall we?
Let's. And
in Sunday Night Football, the Green Bay Packers are heading to Seattle to take on the Sea Chickens. The Sea Chickens are dogs at home by 2.5 points. The Packers are favored on the road. 46 points is the over-under in this one. Matt, go ahead, bud.
I don't think 2.5 points is enough for me to consider really them being a home dog. I think that Green Bay is a superior team. I think they're far more consistent. They've got a better quarterback. They've got better offensive weapons. They play better defense. This might very well be a blowout in terms of the Packers. So give me the Packers. Definitely bet them on the money line and give me the over.
I don't know what the rest of this comment is. This is probably a really bad job by me to post this without reading it, but I just saw the words Bo Jackson, and I don't care what the rest says. I just saw Bo Jackson reference and had to put it up there. I don't even care. I don't even care. Frank, go ahead. Tell me about the Packers and Seahawks.
God, the Seahawks, I don't trust them still. Even at 8-5, I don't trust this damn team. They are just too inconsistent every single week. The Packers have looked good. Jordan Love's had a pretty strong second half of the season. Second half player, right? That's who he is. Take the Packers, take the points. Yeah. Take the over, probably.
That's probably a solid call in this one. Hey, you guys know they're going back to 2 Monday Night Football games again?
Yep.
Because both of these games are trash. Let's talk about the first one, and this is an NFC North showdown. These are 2 teams that suck. One of them sucks slightly less because they're actually doing really good despite not having their rookie quarterback play all year, and that is the Minnesota Vikings, who welcome in the Chicago Bears. The Vikings are at home favored by a tutty. The over-under in this one is 43.5. Frank, go ahead and go first, bud.
We were wrong about the coach firing Bounce last week. The Bears suck. Yeah, Minnesota wins this, and probably pretty fucking easily, to be honest. Sam Darnold's going to keep piling on the points until he gets a $50 million a year contract next year, I guess. So, yeah, Saints points over.
Matt.
Or Vikings
the Saints aren't in the game, so good job there.
It's Minnesota Saints of Vikings.
It's Minnesota Saints.
The New York Vikings.
The New York Vikings.
Yeah.
By sheer will, I think Caleb is going to keep this game close because he does lead his team in the second halves of games and plays well. But they cannot keep him upright until they fix the offensive line in Chicago. They're going to have just immense problems, regardless of how many weapons he has around him, because he does have supreme talent in the skill positions. Minnesota's a little bit interesting because they should be better than they look because of the talent that they have. Sam Darnold has looked really well this year. He's got obviously some great talent around him. Hutchinson coming back has been really good. He's got Jefferson. It's a fantastic receiver. I do believe that the Vikings will not cover, but I do think that they're going to win the game outright and give me the under.
I also wrote in here the Duchess because the Bears still suck.
We knew what that pick was going to be.
Yeah, it's already written in here. I also want to say that Michaela's commentary on this one is, and I'm reading from her words, Caleb Williams is not the truth. Sam Darnold is truth. Those were his notes on this game. So you take that up with dipshit, but that is what she said.
Oof.
So it's right here on the paper. You can see it if you look. It says.
Clearly someone who's never watched football.
Too bad she's not here to defend herself.
Hey, you brought it up.
She sent me the notes, man. I'm reading every single one of them.
I know, right? It's all good.
The next one is another trash game, guys, and that's the Raiders in Las Vegas are welcoming in the Atlanta Falcons. Fuggins is going to Las Vegas, favored by 4 points. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that Michaela has picked the Falcons in this one because you guessed it, caca birds. So Matt, what do you think about this?
Is there any reason to think that the Raiders have a shot in this game? They've literally they're on their third quarterback. Everyone's hurt. They're all trash. They've got a tight end, and that's it. At least the Falcons have something going. They have something to play for. The Raiders are just playing out the string. This is going to be Falcons easy. Give me the over.
All right.
I just got a ridiculous meme from Toaster that I'm supposed to send to Neil, and I'm trying to figure out of how I'm gonna. I have his cell phone, so I could do that. Sorry, but that's what. Sorry. So you said the Falcons, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. I got very fucking squirrel there for a second. It's having to do with that down there. So, anyways, Frank, what do you think?
God, you know what? As weird as it is, I think I'm going to take the Raiders in a defensive win because I don't trust the fucking Falcons. And primetime Kurt is usually not a good thing. So I'm going to take the Raiders in a surprise close win based on their defense and Brock Bowers.
Please tell me that the one tie this week, is Frank picking the Raiders. I love that.
I'm going to quote the great Michael Malone and say, take that L on the way out.
I love that for you. I love that for this whole podcast. That the one tie is Frank has to pick the Raiders.
I mean, do you trust the Falcons? Have you been watching them?
Have you watched the Raiders, dude?
No, but we knew the Raiders were trash. That's the thing. We all knew the Raiders were trash.
All of it's bad. The whole thing is bad.
It's not a great game, but you've got the Raiders and you've got the Falcons and you've got everybody else.
Hey, but Kirk Cousins has thrown 8 interceptions and 0 touchdowns in
Who's
3
playing
weeks.
quarterback for the Raiders? Dude?
Doesn't matter.
Desmond Ritter. Fucking Ritter. Yeah, great.
Good.
It's funny.
Have that
I think
one.
it's hilarious.
Take it and run with it. You're good.
All right.
Which leads us, ladies and gentlemen, because I know we're all going to be on the same page, I think, on this one, to the last game. And yes, we did skip one because we always skip the Broncos game and come back to it at the end. The Broncos are playing at home this week, guys. against an Indianapolis Colts team who has been, I would say, a little bit scattered this year. The Broncos come in after a bye week favored by 4. 44 is the over-under in this game. The dipshit says full send to Lulu. She is picking the Broncos 100%. Frank, I need to know what you think about this game.
I think what you said is a perfect way to explain it. The Colts are scattered right now. They're a decent team, but they're incomplete. And I think this is a good test game for the Broncos, and they should win it and by a touchdown, I'm going to say. So Broncos win by a touchdown, and they probably hit the over on this one.
Okay. I wrote down -7 next to your name on that one, so there we go. Matt, let's do it.
We have said all year long that we are pleased that there is an adult in the room in Denver. And this is one of those games where Denver does not get allowed the luxury of letting down. This is the one of the two teams they have to beat in order to make the playoffs and guarantee themselves a spot, let alone not getting into the 7th spot. The defense that they're going to have to play leads much more into what they're going to see against Indianapolis than what we saw against Cleveland, because we're still not going to have Riley Moss, and we're going to see more of the zone. But there's not enough weapons in Indianapolis for them to be able to really exploit that. And I think that Vance is going to be able to dial up some more exotic blitz packages behind the zone to be able to confuse A-Rich. This is not going to be a pretty game for Indianapolis. They're an up-and-coming football team. They've got some good pieces in place, but they're not quite there yet. Denver is going to win this game. They're going to win this game fairly easily. Give me the under in this game because I think it will be just enough Bo Nix for them to win the game. I don't think they're going to have to really stretch the field a bunch and it won't have to be a shootout. But this is going to be Denver. They're definitely going to cover, but give me the under.
All right, the over and the under, and the over and the under, and the over and the under. Yeah. I'm full agreement with you guys. I think this team is on the verge of doing something great, and I think the most important part of that has been the coach and quarterback connection, and there is a lot of more maturity in that building than there has been since the sheriff left after he won that Super Bowl. There's been a lack of leadership in that building for over almost a decade now.
And you say that, and I think that you can't understate the leadership that Gary had when he was here. Because he really drove that team that last year to that Super Bowl. And he made the sheriff run that offense the way he wanted to run it. And if it wasn't for Gary Kubiak, I don't know if they'd make the playoffs that year. Because if you remember correctly, Peyton didn't play 5 games that year. Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't for Gary running his offense and Brock being here doing the things that he did, they would not have made the run that they made. And would not have been in the position to win the games that they won. So,
I think you misunderstood what I was saying. My point is since that team left, we haven't had an adult in the room.
Okay,
I wasn't specifically just saying him. I was saying that group in general. Once there has not been an adult because John was there, and then there was just a cycle of just fucking children running the show forever.
Yeah.
And so now we have an adult in the room and a child who is acting very much like an adult as his right-hand man, and it has been fucking awesome to see. And so I don't think they stumble. So I don't think we have to worry this week, guys. It feels nice going into a week and thinking that they're going to win a game. They have to. It's awesome.
Toaster, shut the fuck up.
I need to see the vein.
Jesus Christ. I had this conversation with somebody today. It's like, there have been
Thank you, Toaster.
Trash quarterbacks who have won Super Bowls. No one's talking about Russell Wilson right now. We're talking about adults in the room who can actually play fucking quarterback. Let's not forget, that team was 8-8. 8-8. They were not a great football team, and they only won the game against the Steelers because their defensive coordinator was a fucking idiot and did not play the right coverage on first fucking down. I think Tim Tebow is still winding up to throw that pass to Demaryius Thomas. Yes, he completed the pass. Yes, Demaryius caught it. Yes, he scored. Yes, we're all happy. Shut up.
But that was also before Peyton Manning and stuff. So the point is still valid that there has not been an adult in the room since Gary and the sheriff left town.
Correct. But that was before that.
Right. Well, that's my point is
Right.
Tebow was before that. So that my point still stands. Yeah.
There definitely was not adult in the room when Tebow.
There wasn't an adult room then.
To your point, Toaster is agreeing with you that Russell Wilson was not an adult in the room. Tebow one more play.
That he was.
I know that he was just trying to be an ass and get Tebow Alley out. But
trying to be an asshole. Fuck Tebow.
And we love Toaster for that.
No, not a thing.
I think we got a bromance going between our number 1 and number 1A fans here.
Not even close.
I need to exchange these two numbers.
Couldn't win the third string job as a quarterback in New England with his own offensive coordinator. Let's get that straight.
For those of you who can't see what's happening, our listeners at home are chiming in and trying to get Matt pissed off because, as you guys know, Matt does not like Tim Tebow.
There's no like or dislike. I fucking hate the quarterback that is Tim Tebow. I love the man that is Tim Tebow. I hate the quarterback.
It's so good.
He was a hell of a running back, though.
Okay, great. Call him running back. That's
so good.
He was not a quarterback.
No, he wasn't.
So good.
He was a great athlete and
badass
runner.
Great human being. Did a lot of stuff in the community. Awesome. Fuck Tim Tebow as a quarterback.
He might have been one of the worst quarterbacks to ever win a playoff game.
Yes, absolutely. Him and Tim Hasselbeck.
What a shot. Why? Why
are you going after Tim Hasselbeck? Anyways, that's Pew Pew Pick 'em. I'm stopping Pew Pew Pick 'em. Ding the bell. Let's take a shot at. Let's end it on that. And I think we just named the episode there.
Yeah, him and Tim Hasselbeck. If I remember tomorrow, when I post it.
Oh no! Here we go. We are
Hasselbeck.
We are going into.
Yeah,
we are going into the. For those of you,
Discord, so remember
him and Tim Hasselbeck. I think I spelled that right.
Sure.
Close enough. You'll fix it.
I'll remember when I get there. Yeah, I'll remember when I get there.
All right. Well, there you go. Fucking A. Somewhere Tim Hasselbeck's going, what the fuck, man?
What kind of shot was that? Yeah.
That was great. I love it. That was a better shoehorn than when I tried to get Tim Tebow in.
Or Gene Mingo.
Yeah, we were talking about.
Wow.
Listen, last second
tag team effort. That was dog shit.
last second throw together here. I'm running the show. I hadn't thought about with the shoehorn. I tried to set it up. We were talking about Tebow. I was still excited about the return of Tebow Alley, and I fumbled it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Gene Mingo. I'm sorry.
Well done. Absolutely well done. 0 for 0, and I give myself 5 stars because I saved it.
There's no saving that.
2.5. There you go.
There we go. Yeah. All right. Power of friendship.
You're still driving.
You're not. Guess who's not driving anywhere? You.
Because I'm in my hotel room. There's my bed. I'm gonna go there in about 10 minutes.
He's gonna drive his ass to the snoring train is what he's gonna do. All right, do you guys have any dipshits? Matt, do you have a dipshit? I don't think you do.
I don't really have a dipshit. I do want to say one thing. I'm really surprised, and if you're watching at home, you can see my name's Chapel Bill, which I think is what they're gonna start calling it in North Carolina. I'm surprised at the move, but I'm not surprised at the move with Bill Belichick going to North Carolina. There's a couple of different things going on here. One, this is an organization that employed Bill Belichick's father in the 50s. So he's got some loyalty to the organization there. Two, I think he's definitely setting himself up to be able to pass this job on to his son as he moves on in his coaching career. If you don't think that Bill Belichick understands Gen Z, just look at his girlfriend. Just Google that for me real quick, and you'll be able to figure that out. His girlfriend's 25. I think he pretty much knows where he needs to be in terms of talking to the Gen Z person and the Gen Z athlete. And he's also going to be the guy that also can walk into a living room and tell mom and dad, I will turn your son into a pro athlete because he has built pro athletes. We can have the conversation as to whether or not Bill Belichick or Tom Brady was the guy, but there was definitely a culture in the building that had a lot to do with Bill Belichick in New England with building people of a certain ilk who played football. And that's going to be, I think, what they need to have. I'm not saying that Bill Belichick's going to be in a national championship conversation, but North Carolina doesn't need to be in a national championship conversation. They have to be relevant. And I think Bill Belichick being in Chapel Hill is going to make them relevant. So carry on.
I completely like that. If any school can do it without a football team really budget now that could, it's Chapel Hill because of their basketball program as well. I was listening to most of it, but I don't know if you said it was really interesting that you said he was setting this up to pass it on to Steven, right? Is his son?
Mm-hmm.
He has a buyout in his contract for $10 million every year. That is only for this year. If he leaves after this year, his buyout goes down to $1 million for the rest of the contract. So he can leave at any time with very little actual monetary thing. They built it into his contract so he can leave to go do another NFL job if he wants to at any point. So I think that's really interesting, but I agree with you. It makes them very relevant. And for a football school just became, or a basketball school just became a football school.
Yeah, absolutely. Like and I don't know that there is another job in the college ranks where Bill could be the guy, right? I mean, it's just it's a perfect job for him. He doesn't have to be in the SEC. He doesn't have to be in the Big 12. He doesn't have to be in the Big 10. He's in the ACC at a basketball school. I think they're going to be relevant. I think he's going to get some kids there, and I think he's going to figure it out. And it's going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out.
Not to mention there are some really good alum that can also help him with that, you know.
Oh, there's some money in Tobacco Road. Don't even think that there's not.
I'm just saying there's some Hall of Fame football players that can go recruit too.
There's actually a couple of Hall of Fame basketball players. Make it on to UNC.
Right. There's named over there in chat. Let's just talk about this right here.
Yeah. let's see what happens when Michael Jordan and what was the name of the senior that went there that year when they went to the finals in '83? Oh God, he was a Laker and I can't remember his name, but there's name it, right? I mean, any number of people.
I was going to say Julius Peppers.
Yeah, Julius Peppers is that's
my guy. It's my boy.
That's who I'd be rolling out. Yeah.
Should have won the Heisman that year. But if you're a kid who's 17 and you walk in the door as Bill Belichick and you've got the guy whose name is on the shoe coming right in after you, I mean, these kids love their J's.
Yeah.
Have for 30 years. Mike walks in and says, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Michael Jordan."
Yeah, you might have a Coach Prime effect in NC this next couple of years.
It could be.
Frank, you got a dipshit?
I actually have two. The Cowboys, who somehow blocked a punt to a loss. That was impressive. And then any team at any point this year that has let the Chiefs be within a field goal in the last 5 minutes of a game. Any team. They're all dipshits. Because they did it again out of nowhere, and that's just that devil magic is strong down there in Kansas City. So, yeah, I got two.
That's like
awesome.
7 dipshits.
Yeah, it was a bunch of dipshits.
No, they all get put in the same category as why the fuck would you let them stay in this game?
I'm also going to add Tank as a dipshit for picking the Raiders.
Okay.
First honorable mention is my dog, who is apparently afraid of sneezes. Every time somebody sneezes, it's like the apocalypse. I don't know. You'll hear it on playback, but you'll hear my wife sneeze, and right next to me is the dumb dog because she ran out of the room when she sneezed. This dog isn't afraid of anything, but is afraid of a sneeze. And you also sneeze. So first runner up right there. My second runner up is from a AHL game, I believe, or something of that ilk. It's the Ottawa 67s and the Perry Colts, who got into a line brawl. I sent this on our Twitter site. I will repost this on our Twitter site here in a little bit. But it is they got in a line brawl during the teddy bear toss. So, they've got the toss going on, all these people throwing for cancer patients. There's like a Grinch standing in the corner who's like, doesn't know what to do because she's supposed to be like picking up the toys, but like there's like 10 dudes fighting on the ice. I'll actually, just so you guys can catch up real quick, I'll send it in our chat real quick and then you can see it. But that is dipshit runner up number 2. Now, my full dipshit of the week is Yankee fan. It sucks, doesn't it? Not getting what you want once in your life. You spoiled, fucking rotten, loudmouthed motherfuckers. You gotta understand. You guys chased him away. You guys wanted to make him the guy. And Aaron Judge was already your guy. You are already ready to move on from Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is your guy. You're stuck with Aaron Judge. And you guys didn't get Juan Soto. And so you've got grown men crying, burning jerseys, doing all this shit, saying videos and sending them out on Twitter saying, fuck you, Juan Soto, and taking dumps on jerseys, and guys who have tattoos of the number 22 for Juan Soto, and now they're embarrassed about it because they're grown fucking men and they're this upset about a fucking baseball team. That man doesn't give a shit about you, Yankees fan. So post whatever you want. You all look like little children and it's amazing. Keep going. I appreciate it. Love, Red Sox fan. That's it for our show today, guys. Let's go around the horn and talk about what we learned and pimp the things and do all the stuff there. Tank, why don't you go ahead and take it away there?
I didn't really learn anything, but you can find me on all the socials at Tank Knox or Knox Nostalgia Collectibles. You can find me on Facebook at FT Cookie Bank. And yeah, there you go.
Matt?
Today I learned that big money teams like to make fun of other big money teams because they can and because they find it amusing, because fuck big money teams in baseball. I also learned that Frank is stupid and picked the Raiders. And
that is so funny.
Make sure you catch us on all of our social channels. You can find My Brother's an Idiot on Facebook at My Brother's an Idiot. And look at this lovely logo that we have on the screen here. You can find that bright pink and black logo. That's the one you want to find. You can also find us on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok at The Idiot Goons. Mark's Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok are at Puffletime, and my Twitch, Twitter are at Pufflopagus. You can find me at TikTok at King Goonsmoke.
You only slurred a little bit. I am very proud of you.
There's been a bit of wine in the last 6 hours.
I was sitting there and like you were fine, and then we hit go and you slurred a little bit. I'm like, we're in for a
Here we go. Here we go.
No, but you have maintained, sir.
I recovered.
I am so fucking proud of you. You made it the whole time, man. It is late on a Thursday. We appreciate you guys sticking with us. Neil Toaster, you guys are fucking awesome. For those of you out there, check us out on our sister show. That is The Nerds That Know. We do lots of fun stuff. We're talking about doing a Christmas special, short notice one, coming up here probably next week, I would imagine. And we're doing a lot of fun stuff. I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the show, for the first time in my life, and it's awesome. I'm like halfway, almost through season 2 at this point, but it's been amazing. I love every second of it, but stuff coming there. Check us out there. But we appreciate you guys checking us out. Yeah. Matt, you want to do the little thing that you do at the
I will
end?
do. I will do the thing.
Yeah.
Catch us next time. We will be together again on Wednesday next week as we discuss what happened in the Pew Pew Pick 'em and then look forward to the next week's games. Make sure you take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and take care of each other. This has been my brother's idiot. We'll catch you next time. See ya. Bruh, I know idiot was hard. I don't know why. I did.
Right.